You're live.
Good morning, good afternoon, good night for all who are watching this new lovely scene in LWOD, Vampire, The Edge of War. Today we have another exciting intro scene. Our new character, Mr. Coleman, has just woken up and seen, well, he's changed a bit, and a bit more dramatic than most vampires. And this is going to come to a shock to most people who are just waking up.
Yeah. Rowan's going to actually get up and go to the bathroom. Like the morning spiel, because he doesn't know what happened to him. And he's gonna you go stand and take a piss. And he's dead now, so I don't think he does that anymore. So anyways, he's gonna go in the bathroom, try to wash his face, and then he's gonna go and as soon as he kind of looks up the mirror, he's gonna be he's he's gonna look, and his eyes go kind of wide, and he sees all the fractures, and the impurities, and the just the grossness that his countenance has taken on now. And he's going to try to pull at his skin, is this a nightmare, what is this shit? I went to bed, or at least the last thing I remember, it was not this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so yeah, he's gonna once he realizes this is not a joke, he starts panicking. Um, yeah, he doesn't know what's going on. He doesn't have his normal looks. Um, yeah, he goes and he goes he goes and he dials 911.
This is perfect. Um, Natalia, you now have a friend. Uh, um, Hello, 911. This is, what's the state of your emergency? Do you need the police, ambulance, or fire department?
Yes. I don't know what the fuck's going on. I just woke up, and I I don't know. I look like a corpse, man. I don't know what's going on. Just ambulance, police. I don't know. Just send somebody. This is not cool.
Understood. We will have an ambulance prepared and get out onto your way. What is your address?
Da 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 da. Because I don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah, fuck it. You could just, yeah, fair enough. Um, and they send an ambulance on your way. Um, After are panicked in the bathroom for a good 5 or 10 minutes, um, you hear a knock on your front door.
Yeah, Rowan kind of stomps over towards the door, so he hears douche 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 douche, and he has potent, so his footsteps probably sound a little powerful. He's not used to that, so but yeah, he kind of swings opens the door, he's gotcha, motherfuckers, you know what I mean, because
Yeah.
he's just so panicked, and he's just look at me, what happened to my face?
The ambulance looked very shocked for the first few seconds, thinking it's some sort of new virus. As they run to you and they kind of grab you and kind of lay you down on the floor, as they then try to, one guy tries to restrain your arms a bit, because I can only assume that you're flailing.
Mm-hmm.
And the other guy checks your pulse and everything, and his eyes are getting wider and wider at this point.
Mm-hmm.
You can tell his face looks very oh shit.
What's wrong? He kind of grabs the dude by the shirt, bunching it up the fabric and pulling him, cinching him, so to speak, probably almost even choking him a little,
Mhm.
and pulls him closer. He's like, "What's wrong with me? This is not right." You know, he just says frantic things, "Tell me what's wrong."
The guy looks scared of you and then tries to pull away.
And then he'll look at the other guy and like just tell me what's wrong. What's going on? What did I do? Who did
The
this
other
to
guy
me?
will stop restraining you and try to run outside. As whenever he runs outside, he will bump into somebody and fall on his ass. In doing so, removing said person's obfuscate to where you see a quite older looking gentleman, still ugly as fuck, but more or less like you.
Hmm.
And he will look down at the gentleman who is now screaming, and then will look at you, and then the other gentleman.
Who? What's going on? Who are you?
As you say this, the two other mystery men, who were invisible until now, snap both of the paramedics' necks, leaving them on the floor.
Holy shit! Why did you do that? They were my best chance to figure out what the fuck. He kind of um does that whole like uh like back away but sliding as he does so, almost like a crab walk.
Mm-hmm.
Up until he gets like probably to like the wall, into where he probably like stands up like on his feet, and he kind of takes like a guarded pose, like holy shit.
Mm-hmm. The older gentleman will look at the other two. This seems to be a very unfortunate situation. It seems that we did not come here as fast as we thought we did. Unfortunately, that's another one gone. I had high hopes for this one. Oh well. Men, you know what to do. As they will start walking towards you.
uh what what to do? Wait, you're gonna kill me?
Well, frankly, you're already dead. We're gonna hold you for a while. At least until all of this, at least until all of this stuff blows away. I hope you understand. It's like a long sleep.
How about no and goodbye? um he's gonna like sidestep towards a window and like put himself through it, and try to go down like the fire escape.
Okay, roll Dex Athletics.
Da. Dex. Okay. Hmm. Where is L1? There we go. Empire. Um, would my specialty come into play? The feline grace.
Yes, definitely.
All right. One, two, three, four successes.
Awesome. You managed to jump out the window, only getting nicked by probably one little shard,
Mm-hmm.
which at this point I would only count as bashing damage due to not only your clothes, but your successes.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so you pretty much only take one bashing.
Okay, that's cool.
You pretty much just get cut like on the fingertip.
Mm-hmm.
Um, as you jump out the window, you can now start running down the fire escape as they will start chasing you.
Yeah. As he does so, my character's not that stupid. Like he's intelligence 3, so especially when he looks like that, um, he's probably gonna try to at least grab some kind of uh, like somebody's laundry on the way down or something, to at least try to like wrap his face up. Like,
Use perception investigation.
investigation. 3 successes.
Yeah, you have no problem finding a piece or two of random scarf or a hoodie or anything like that.
Yeah, he'll just kind of like haphazardly kind of like wrap his face up as he's running, like going, down these fucking stairs or whatever they are.
All right. Finally, you reach the second floor of the building as there's a good little drop down to the first floor, or you
Hmm.
could take the ladder.
He'll jump. Just fuck it.
Okay. Dex
He's panic.
athletics.
Mm. Oh, just did this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah, you do amazingly. It actually seems a bit like with this newfound face that you woke up, your body seems to be more agile, more hardened.
Hmm.
You hardly felt it.
Yeah, it only registers to him to like for the briefest of moments, but he has people trying to
Yeah.
kill him or at least kidnap him, so that's not cool.
Mm-hmm.
So, he also apparently can see in the dark without any light he
Tis.
finds. So he probably starts trying to run down like the alley.
All right. As you run down the alley, you have entered the main street. As you look behind you, and the men on the terrace, they look at you with squinted eyes,
Hmm.
as then they disappear right before your eyes.
Oh God, how did they do that? What is the fuck is going on with me tonight? I don't know. Who can I talk to about this? I can't go to the hospital anymore. Like those guys are dead. Oh gosh. And he starts just going anywhere. Like he doesn't really know where he's going, but he's trying to get at least away to a point where he probably feels the most comfortable.
All right. I'd say start running left down Main Street so far.
Yep. So yeah, I guess he starts going down Main Street. So
All right. As you kind of keep walking very fast, maybe a slight jog every now and then, looking behind you quite frantic, you go a pretty decent ways. You notice that you're not really as tired anymore as going as far as you have. Even
mhm.
being normally athletic, you seem to have been more, you seem to have, I don't know, how would you put it? Not had to breathe this entire time.
Mhm. Yeah, which he'll probably start like putting his hand like checking like his pulse and stuff like that because he doesn't really feel that. Like a normal person would like when you do heavy exercise or running because normally he would be like winded by now, especially like doing all that extra like really extra things like running down the fire escape and then jumping 2 stories like
Mm-hmm.
um I mean it could have just been adrenaline and he's questioning that, but now it's more like, well, this is kind of worrisome, you know.
Okay.
um yeah, this is very foreign and alien.
As you are walking down the main street, the crowd is getting less and less various as you are kind of getting past the red light district and more towards like, how would you put it? More residential zones.
Hmm.
Um, Now we're going to flip from you for one quite second.
Hmm.
Natalia,
Yes.
your phone will get an alert.
She will look at it.
It says about 24 Camarilla have passed the your checkpoint.
Fuck. Okay. She will send a message to the Baron that stuff is happening, and she's probably at work at the moment. Oh, work. So she will just say to Rose, "Yeah, I need to see the look at this," uh, and she just bolts off.
Is she Russian?
It would sound like it. Yes.
Okay, sorry about that. I
No,
just
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I love the accent there. That's all.
Oh, okay. Yeah, she
Um,
just gets out and sends it like she will send the message. I think actually she would have set it up so that the Baron is also informed when people breach.
Mm-hmm.
But she will just send like, I'm on it. I'm looking at it.
Okay. The Baron will also text Max and tell him to get over to the chapel immediately and prepare, as well as grab a few men.
Max doesn't. He's gonna. I don't have any man.
He texts you, "Oh, I know. That's why I said grab a few."
Grab who? His text back.
Max, you just receive a selfie of him and about roughly 10 or 12 red cloaks.
Max just takes a shotgun, puts it in a chair. He thinks like some shit going on, and he's like, "Okay." He writes like he does like taxi, and then he stops to take taxi, and he's like, "The chapel, which chapel, motherfucker?" He's like, "How many chapel in this motherfucking place? Go!" And he will. The one day you're scared to go in, shut the fuck up. Go, $100. Go.
The taxi driver will look frantic and start zooming out of the parking lot towards the chapel.
Okay. He's like, God, everybody's such an idiot. He says it under his breath that the taxi driver can't hear.
Fair enough. You will keep going for a bit, and as you arrive to the chapel, you will probably be seeing Natalia very frantically also running in.
Yo,
I don't. Yeah, we have quite a fucking problem. I hope the Baron's up for this. At least like 20 people just fucking crossed the zone.
wait, what? 20 people?
Yeah, let's go.
Wait, defensive position. Wait, go what? Go why? He's like, go why?
She doesn't answer him. She goes in and finds the Baron because yeah.
I know, like, oh, we're going in the building? Okay, then he goes in. I thought, like, we were just going to the fight now. Okay, he goes in with Natalia.
As you go in, you see red cloak after red cloak running into the armory, grabbing weapon after weapon. You see a few of them already at the benches, reloading their guns, checking for cleanliness, putting pieces together, putting scopes on. One guy is twirling his swords around very elegantly and then kind of slides them into his back with a very twisted smile.
So what's the plan?
Well, we are going to intercept them.
Okay, we can do this.
We're going to set up an ambush. They're going to be, from what our alerts say, they're in quite a massive group, kind of walking within sync. So we can only assume that they're a pack. And the only really members that I know that pack up, at least for Not Sabat, are probably the Nosferatu. So who wants a little bit of night vision? Because this is probably going to go into some very dark alleys. Possibly the sewers. Oh, and if we're going to the sewers, I'd suggest you grab the rain boots over there. That shit doesn't work well with any type of leather shoe. He kind of looks slyly at Max.
He wears what's given. He clocks his shotgun and he has a machete with one hand, the other hand.
Do we go and like do we have cars for everyone and right, dumb question.
Are we gonna fight in the middle of the night at the street? Like, is that what's happening?
Obviously not. That's why we're setting up an ambush.
Okay.
Yeah. Stupid.
So where are we sitting the action? Shut up, Natalie.
Max, I never thought I'd actually have to say this, but Max, follow Max's lead. as he points over to your friend who often reads the book.
Did he say like follow Max's lead? Like Max, the Henry
Okay,
Amachan, played by
for
Amachan?
John, who has not been here, there are two Maxes in this game because I didn't realize when I set one of my NPCs up that Max would have gone with the name Max. So um, there are two Maxes. Max 1 is the Max that you're talking to now. Max 2 is Red Cloak Max. So, yeah,
Hmm.
he points to Red Cloak Max.
And Natalia will just follow. We'll just follow the lead, and she'll get ready.
Sounds good. All right. As you guys kind of getting ready for a few minutes, the other Max, I'm just going to call him Max 2.0. Max 2.0 looks at everybody, walks towards the door, opens it up, and you guys see a few like Humvees parked out in the front, and he kind of gives you the signal for go.
Go for oh, let's see. Go for what?
Oh, see, go to the Humvee.
He goes to the Humvee. He like slowly reloads his like loads his shotgun and then it puts it on the back again. Puts the machete on his jacket and he just like opens the radio. Katy Perry, California Girls immediately.
I love this guy.
We really have to talk about your. Fuck it.
Listen, if a California Girls is on a Humvee, nobody is gonna stop that Humvee. Do you know why? Because they think rich bitches inside, who's their father, is gonna fire you from the police, force.
Okay,
So
okay. It's really
fine.
good thinking. Let's go.
Max, Max 2.0 walks out and gets in the driver's seat of the Humvee and looks at you, Max 1.0, and just like, he has a point. And then drives off. And as the caravan of Humvees are now driving down towards Mr. Coleman, Mr. Coleman, you are walking down, and I can only assume you're glancing behind you every so often. And the about probably 56th time you look behind you, as you kind of pass like a few tall buildings, there seems to be nobody around. And then, out of kind of seemingly nowhere to your um, immediate notice, I'd say a small army of guys just blink into existence, looking quite annoyed. One to about 15 of them are carrying baseball bats, and a few carrying some pocket knives, almost shiv-like items. And one of them you can see probably in the very back carrying a quite fancy katana. Great for carving.
What in the living hell? uh, uh, he looks panicked again. He seeing all these people kind of like just instantly kind of just become reality before him just doesn't sit well with him. He takes a few panic steps back, kind of holding up his hands a little bit, trying to like give him like some kind of invisible space that he really just can't really give himself, especially against like these people that just fucking materialize out of nowhere carrying baseball like shivs and a katana. And he's going to start looking around to see if there's any other alley like or whatever he can dive into and get the fuck out of the presence of these people.
You see a sewer under construction.
Yeah, he will beeline for that.
Awesome. and I can only assume you jump in
Yeah.
and start running down the sewer. And
Mm-hmm.
as you do so, Max, Natalia, Max 2.0, um, you guys will all see the blimps on the little radar in the Humvee um, start fluctuating and then disappear.
The Max is singing California girls, we're running tonight. But look, I will stop. He like looks around and he's like, "What are we doing now, Max? Boss?"
Means they've gone underground. Well, I told you this might get dirty. Who's ready for a bit of a tainted battle, if you don't mind my pun?
I got it. Yeah. Wordplay. Yes. Good. Fuck. I'm not ready, but let's do it.
Natalia knows all about dirty fightings.
Fuck off.
Max
Thank
just
you.
looks at both of you two like, ugh, fledglings. And then he proceeds to stop the Humvees, kind of rally his men, and they lift up the sewer grate nearest them, and one by one, all the red coats start dropping.
And Natalia is during this spending blood, just because. Yeah.
What are you beefing?
All physical stats by 1.
Gotcha.
Max is gonna do the same by 2.
Gotcha. All right. As you guys get into the sewer, you drop down with a bit of slosh and slush and gross. Um, Max and Natalia, make perception awareness checks.
Out of character, no, Amachan. No.
We're rolling what?
Perception awareness.
Okay. I have 3 dice at that.
Ooh! Depending on the
Nice.
difficulty, I have 1, 2, or 3.
The difficulty is 6.
I have 3.
I have my best dice at this shit as I will roll, and I got no success.
All right. Natalia, you land down pretty gracefully and start walking forward. Amachan, as you land down, also quite gracefully, you start walking forward, and then you notice something not so right feeling under your boot.
He kind of doesn't give a shit. He gets up. He continues to look around for what is going on. Try to understand the situation as best as he can.
All right, you guys are in the sewer with about 12 or so redcoats, as then Max 2.0 takes the lead and starts kind of following you guys down the sewerway. He kind of like points left and right, directing towards the walls, and then moves kind of very close to the wall, almost like kind of spread out as much as can.
Yeah, the both of them are going to follow his lead.
Exactly.
One of the redcoats in the very back kind of points at Max 2.0 in the lead and says, kind of asks him if he wants their presence hidden, and Max 2.0 agrees, as from Natalia and Max's point of view, you people will blink out of existence pretty fast.
Well, okay, that's fundamentally just weird and creepy. Okay.
What happened?
Welcome to being invisible.
Are we
So,
invisible now?
You are correct. You are.
That's cool.
I don't focus on the task at hand. Don't. Natalia looks visibly not okay with this, but oh well. What else is new?
You are correct. As you guys go forward every so often, um, the leaders up in the front. You guys are probably 4 or 5 back, in the group. The leaders in the front will be looking left to right, and then once they kind of get to this big giant 4-way path, um, he directs each person to kind of get against the wall on each of the corners and be ready. All right, Vaughn. Um, you start running down,
Mm-hmm.
and as you're running down, in front of you will kind of blink into existence about 5 or 6 of the redcoats. They're just tall figures standing in the middle of the sewer with basically red, like blood red, kind of like half trench coats on.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, you can't see their face. Um, they have like these little like kind of masks on, and they just kind of basically are standing there in front of you.
Rowan's gonna actually probably like slip and fall, just
Okay.
because just seeing these people like just again just manifest in front of the fuck of you, like
Yeah.
just and he's running like full blast, like he's going as fast as he can, and then I can imagine like the sewer is probably rather slick
Yep.
and grimy, so yeah, he's gonna slip and kind of almost like you know baseball slide a little bit, like probably to just about maybe just to the close to the feet of these people, I'm assuming, especially if they're going to come in, just blink into existence so quickly. um and he's going to start like again, he's just going to say, oh my gosh, what the fuck, uh, why do you guys keep, what do you want? I didn't do anything.
The guy in front of you, the biggest one of them all, looks quite jacked, honestly, from what you can tell throughout the exterior clothing. He grabs you by the shirt, and at first, he kind of like glances over you, kind of looks at the fear on your face, and then throws you behind him, in the middle of this 4-way intersection. To then you will see about another 6 or 8 blink into existence. Um, with Natalia and Max being the only people not in the red cloaks.
uh, I, I don't know what you guys are doing, like we gotta
Keep quiet. Don't say anything.
what.
Shh.
Max extends a hand to this guy to get up.
He kind of just looks at the hand and then looks at Max like, he kind of reluctantly takes the hand.
He like pulls him up. Come on, man. The kind of art of a rescue team, I think. Welcome to your shitty own life.
Uh, Rowan seems unable to process like all that, but he kind of takes his cues as for him to finally shut the fuck up, and kind of goes and slinks like up against the wall as close as possible. Yeah, he's probably gonna be mostly useless.
Don't worry about it because, in sake of time, I'm going to fast forward pretty much the battle scene and just kind of explain what happens.
Okay.
I will let Natalia and Max add their own little flair in after the initial explanation.
Mhm.
Um, So yeah, as you are held up and you kind of like finally understand, you're in a fuck situation, but these guys seem like they don't want to fuck you up, even though they are carrying some of the most heavy machinery you've probably seen in your lifetime. You kind of go to the wall and, panic within your own mind. As then the next thing you hear is the quite terrifying crackle sound of fire as the battle rages on. And I'd say a good hour and a half later, after just merciless, just fighting, the sounds of baseball bats hitting walls, hitting human flesh, hitting steel, iron, the sounds of sword slashing, the maniacing, there's the whole terrifying screeches and laughters. Um, it all just kind of eventually rumbles to an end. Uh, Corpses on the floor, just sloshing of dead bodies falling. Um, yeah, it's pretty fucking gruesome. The water used to be a murky green and is now a deep crimson red flowing past your shoes. Natalia and Max, you can add how you wanted to do anything in the fight, or if you did anything that you would think is exceptional or whatever. But yeah.
For Natalia's part, if anyone was looking at her, it would not be glorious. It would be a person who is merely defending herself in this, and she has not really she has hacked with her sword, hacked at people who came close. But she has kept close to some of the red cloaks and just been very, very focused on not getting, well, curb stomped. Um, Very defensive, and yeah, but doesn't seem really to be hurt.
Okay. Max?
Max is just being Max. He picks his opponents and just make sure they're not on his way. He is very he picks his opponents very well, and like he goes for the weak ones and makes sure he survives, and leaves the heroism to the others.
All right. I'm going to do this in a very odd way, but I hope you understand. Can I have Max and Natalia roll d4s?
Yeah, true.
I have two.
All right, you both have two. Great. Now let me roll two random d3s, or d2 actually. All right. Max, since you rolled first, you will take the first D. You come out the fight with two lethal on you, and Natalia, you have D1, so you'll come out with two bashing.
Hmm.
It's very odd, but I can only assume that you can't get out of a fight like this unscathed. So this is
Fair
the
enough.
best thing I can do in this situation.
Fair enough.
Um, but they're very minor, so basically 2 points of lethal, 2 points of bashing, very easy to heal, won't be a problem.
What are the casualties like?
One red cloak is down, and most of the enemy Nosferatu are down, about a good 70%. A few are running, and Max 2.0 grabs the guy with the katana, assuming he was the lead, and kind of flops him on his back, stakes him into torpor, and then another red cloak grabs the fallen ally and hoists him up. As you guys now head back for the Humvee. Max and Natalia,
Just
would you do me the kindness of grabbing our dear lost friend?
never. No. Natalia will just, for a couple of seconds, will just look at Max and just She will go over to him. Actually, one of the first things after the fight is just died down. She'll just say, "Are you okay?"
I'm fine. It's just a stab.
And the smell of this place smells like, well, and she just gets over and she'll just say, "It's over. Get up."
Come on.
What?
Hey.
What the fuck? What the fuck? What the hell just happened? What
What's your name?
Rowan?
Okay, Rowan. You're going to come with us, and we're going to explain things, okay? But we just can't do it here. We just need to move, okay?
The place smells bad. Come on, let's go somewhere which smells right. We'll give you a drink.
Actually, for you, Rowan, you notice that you actually don't mind the smell of this place. It's quite comforting.
Rowan just take a sharp inhalation with his nose, but he doesn't say anything. Like, these people just fucking murder hoboed a whole bunch of people. People that just fucking meld right, like, in front of you, like, instantly, like, and he's kind of like already engrossed in this group. So yeah, he kind of just gives in and he doesn't say anything. He just seems to kind of like, okay, well, this is very fucked, but I have to accept this fucking roller coaster right now. So yeah, he reluctantly follows.
Yeah. Natalia will just look after the two of you, but she will see you into the Humvee. She does make a point of, or just seems to try to cover you up or stand either right next to you or in front of you. You will notice that.
Okay.
And but as soon as you get in, I assume Max will get in as well. She'll just say, "Okay, so like last couple of nights, did something quite strange or fucked up happen? You know, not including tonight."
Yeah. Like, what do you mean? Like,
If someone puts their, teats on your neck or some shit like that.
You were attacked or something, yes?
he kind of like rubs his head, like, like someone would do like a hangover, as he tries to like trying to recall, and he's just like, yeah, yeah. Now that I think about it, yeah.
Okay. See, what happened was, try to take a finger and just put it on your canine things. You'll notice that they're a bit larger and sharper than normal.
Yeah, he does so.
Yeah,
Finally, like noticing them now, like they're he kind of like almost like a dog kind of like curls their lips. He kind of does the same thing, and they're there. They're pretty poignant, and
yeah.
they don't seem to
Okay,
recede like normally. Yeah.
yeah. Okay, so, don't freak, but, yeah. And she just points at her face with a finger as her fangs distend.
Wait, you're kidding me, right?
I wish I fucking was, but no. Someone has turned you as they turned me and Max here and, well, most of us. And those assholes in the sewer.
That's
You
strange.
are fucking you are. This is a joke. This can't be real. Like,
Max,
no.
Max 2.0 puts a revolver in your face.
Dude, what are you doing? Like Max immediately like pushes that roller away. What are you doing?
Well, I was simply going to shoot him in the shoulder. You would
What?
assume, well, very fast that
Okay,
he was not.
I had suspicions of you lack empathy, but like
Yeah,
sometimes you gotta
that's pretty fucked up, honestly.
yeah.
Well, when you
Uh,
live for 180 years, it's the most effective way.
what the fuck is shooting me? You're supposed to prove.
That that you don't really die and it's not actually that big of a deal anymore. because you're not alive. You're dead, like us.
Oh, fuck me.
No,
Yeah,
thank you.
trust me. I understand. I mean, I suppose people act and react quite different ways to it, but
Deep.
yeah.
Uh,
By the way, I'll be honest. I'm gonna have to give you the Oscar of Vampire So Far award. That laugh was very genuine. I actually thought you were laughing about something for a second.
I was. Just, yeah. Anyways, just so I, I don't even know how to process this. Like, I don't like
The
what do
It
I
best
takes
do?
way.
time. It takes time.
It
I
takes
didn't
time.
process it well at the well.
So I can't go out. The daytime's over with now. Like I can't go to the street and get
Nope.
like food.
Trust
Oh,
me, not that you would want to, because you pretty much. I wouldn't say you fall asleep. It's much more solid than that. I've tried to stay awake for one day once. It's fucking brutal. It's really fucking hard.
no.
Don't need,
It's
sunlight is pretty much, not good for us. Really, really bad for us.
Oh,
And fire is also really, really fucking bad.
stay away from fire. Stay away from sun.
Yeah, and she looks at you and just you will see actually a bit of like you don't need to roll perception empathy. You actually see genuine like uh, feeling sorry for you or something like that. She actually looks concerned for you. And she looks at you and she says, "Look, there are different what should we call these types, or when you have different species of like cats. You know
yes.
that, right? Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so there are these different types of strains or something of this, this whole thing. And you are quite clearly from one specific one. It's called the Clan Nosferatu. Have you looked at yourself in the mirror?
That's how my night started.
Oh fuck!
As
I'm really sorry.
as you say this, one of the red cloaks with a hood on will take off his hood for a second and look at a guy behind him. Oh, we have a friend. I can't wait to show you to the rest of the gang. As he looks, oh,
Oh no. So this is
Well,
basically the unlottery of the unlottery.
Yes, sadly, kind of, sort of true.
Um,
well, that's how most people see it.
if you were doing a scratch off game, you got the dollar as the scratch off.
Well, we might not think it, but we're all pretty much fucked. But don't feel like. Listen. Do you have phone, or did they take it?
I didn't grab anything. All my equipment is back at home. I
You
don't have
can.
anything on me.
Did they jump you out of your home?
I I called the cops and like or I dialed 911. I didn't know what was going on. I The ambulance came and then like the driver and his partner had their neck broken by these three guys. They just came out of nowhere.
Okay, that's kind of bad because that means that like your house is kind of known by them. But
Do
it's
you have
fine.
the address?
I have the address. Yeah. I mean, obviously, I live there.
What we
What
can do.
what's gonna? What's,
Go on. Sorry. Go on, kid.
no, I just what the fuck? Like what's wrong? I like all my stuff is there. Like everything that I am is there.
We will return there one day, but like not very soon. Like, don't get me wrong, I kind of want you to have your stuff, but they may be watching that place now.
Who? The cops?
No, not the those who try to kill you right now.
Yeah.
Who were they? I don't understand.
Enemies.
Um,
Wait a minute. She looks at you. Just quick question out of character.
Yes.
Is his name associated with any like hacker group or hacker thing?
Yes.
What's your last name?
Coleman?
She looks at you.
For out of character reference, his hacker ID.
It's Null, since that's
Yeah. No.
I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I know why this is happening.
Well, please fucking enlighten me, because you guys are my best source of answers tonight so far.
Like that.
Rowan Coleman. Rowan Coleman. That was in Discord. That was an intelligence alertness roll, and I
Okay.
have 3 successes. So-
You the best that you can come up with the 3 dice rolls or the 3 successes is you know his ID and I'd say his latest project.
And she will just look at you and just say, "Do you have another name, don't you? Like 0, but just null, right?"
Yeah. That's my handle for my with my friends. Yeah. At least
Yeah.
my online friends.
Well, those people who chased you, they're quite heavy into the whole internet thing, since, well, they don't need to show their faces to be on a computer. And let's say it like this: they're probably always looking for talent.
Fuck. Uh,
Shouldn't have Dawn landed a lot of porn. What can I say? Just kidding.
oh, that makes
Finally
so
just-
much fucking sense now.
It's not really funny, Max. Don't mind him; he's an asshole.
I mean, as far as I'm concerned, you guys are my fucking saviors right now. These
Max
guys are trying to
2.0.
kill me.
Max 2.0 looks at Natalia with like a look of, "Oh, I'm an asshole."
No, him. Oh fuck. We need to really work on like Max 1 or 2 or.
call me what call me Diamond. Whatever.
Diamond.
I just saw
Please,
OOC Diamond's name and then I said Diamond.
Okay,
She just shakes her head, just like, fuck.
for the second sake of time, um, you guys will arrive at the cathedral, to which those who are unfamiliar will see a very large rustic cathedral, very like, how would you put it, Gothic Catholic looking, with 1 or 2 redcoats standing outside guarding the door. And as you guys all exit the Humvees, outbursts um, a very familiar face to a few who, if you want to look at the vampire chat um, in a bit, I will post up. But basically, all of the redcoats will stop in their tracks, kind of hoist their shoulders up out of kind of like almost like attention, as they will kind of do a more or less semi-bow to the man who is exiting, as I'm having trouble finding the face claim. So if you'll have to give me 1 second. Going down. Anyways, the man will look very, very pale in skin, white hair, pretty white, fancy clothes with a white overjacket. If you're guessing who it is by the time I pull up the face claim, good for you. You have
I
not
have no
won.
idea who this person is, and I've seen him 3 times.
Exactly.
So
That's why I say this game is full of mystery. Very fun. Um, a lot of secrets. Anyways, they all kind of do a semi bow and they refer to him as Baron, to which Natalia and Max might not have realized quite to this point, or at least getting misconstrued. Where's the stupid face claim, motherfucker?
no fuck. Natalia would just say and bow.
Dude, Max is not gonna bow.
uh, Rowan just kind of like looks around and just kind of like rubs the back of his head like I don't know what's going on here. Aaron? Do people still use that term those days?
The leader of the Anarchs calls itself Baron. We are the Anarchs.
Anarchs.
Yes, there's 3
Long
sections.
story. Long story. We will explain later.
Yes. For the sake of time, he will look very aggravated as he walks out of the main hall and continues on down the street as you guys will walk inside. And I'm going to be searching for the face claim, so don't worry about it um, for right now. Basically, you guys get inside, and from Roman's point of view, you will see quite a lovely interior, a bit of gold on the outside, a bit of like a nice long red carpet, somewhat elegant. Possibly a few blood splatters on the wall, but we won't pay attention to those.
Mm-hmm.
As you will see the usual Baron that everybody is used to seeing, um, standing by the altar, which is a ginormous bowl full of red liquid.
Um, Rowan just kind of looks at everything, kind of like shifty-eyed, like just very sus and dubious, like, yeah, and just looking at this, I guess this new guy standing next to like a big, what is it, like the
Here
or
it
like a
is.
bowl where like the holy water like usually is kept, and it's filled with blood. Like he just can't. He's just thinking of like all the fucking like vampire stereotypes in his head, and he's just like kind of like mentally face palming.
You say stereotype until this guy grabs a severed arm out of the bowl and takes like a lick or two, looks up, and then smiles at you very shifty eyed.
Whoa! What the fuck?
Ah, a new recruit. How lovely. Yes, 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 how lovely. Mm. How are you, my sweet little fledgling?
Uh,
You're good. You're very good. It's fine.
I'm very good. It is very fine.
Aw, Natalia, you're so helpful.
I didn't say. Oh, right.
So, he kind of like snaps his head to the left a bit. Yes, 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 yes. So, I assume that you guys took care of the little bit of problem, huh?
Yes. The. I mean, I hope you got my message of the. Well, I suppose you did. from the early warning system.
Yes, very lovely. Great job, my dear. Great job.
Yeah, don't mention it. But it worked quite well. I mean, we got to them, and well, I mean, it actually went a lot better than I feared. So yeah,
As you say that, they will carry in the dead body of one of the red cloaks and kind of go and put him on the table besides the Baron and walk away. The Baron will look over as his head kind of twists around a little bit. Another fallen ally. This is not a good day. However, if he fell to those, he was weak, therefore undeserving. We will mourn for his loss, but in the end, what can you do? Very well. In this case, we will have a bit of a ceremony later on. You are welcome to join if you would like. On the other hand, I have to prepare the body, as he then puts a white little sheet over the dead body.
So he's not a vampire?
He looks over at Max 2.0. Max, bring the prisoner into my favorite little room. I will get answers out of him. And they will drag the dude who had the katana into the room. And the Baron will give a slight little head bow to the rest of them as he walks into the room. And needless to say, you guys hear a bit of agonizing screams. Yeah, very, very, very endowed screams. That of my leg is getting torn the fuck off as we speak, kind of screams.
all right, Rowan. Rowan, when do we come here?
How about we take the newbie and
Yeah. Let's go. Let's go. And Natalia seems, well, she seems to be in a hurry to get out of here.
Yeah, so does Max.
Yeah, sure. Where the fuck are we gonna go?
My place. If you want to stay a place because everywhere is kind of fucking dangerous, you can stay with me. At least for a while. Before you can, return to your place and shit if you want to return to your place.
Alright, yeah, sure. I don't really have a choice. I don't think I want to stay here, because what the fuck is that?
That was our mighty leader.
He just has a casual thing for cannibalism?
Yeah, kinda, I think.
Well, in a certain way, you also have as well. It may not be flesh, but blood, and you need it.
He kind of just hangs his head back, kind of like almost in a like a childish protest, like, oh, fuck. Okay.
Well,
Okay.
when you feel yourself, you're hungry, aren't you?
Oh man, now that you think about it, probably yeah. Yeah, coming to think about it, yeah. Yeah, I do feel this burning sensation.
Yeah. You should probably find you some. Yeah, let's go to Max's.
Max will
And
go on.
with this, I will leave you guys to do a social as I have to drive to work. I will kind of be listening in, but yeah.
Okay.
Totally fine.
Max gives you he stops the car of Natalia in a place before. He gives you a kind of a mask or like a way for you to close your face, and he says here, man, Nas as you are a Nas, they usually walk around with masks or some shit like that.
Right. Okay. and he'll just basically don and whatever he's given to kind of mask his face. He doesn't really protest. He understands how he looks, having seen it the first thing this evening. So yeah. And he'll just follow them wherever they kind of take him. Like he's basically just at their mercy right now.
Max like brings him to a bar, and he enters, and he like told this guy like close the bar early today. I don't give a shit.
Well,
Take the people who protest.
no. Max, perhaps we should. She looks at you. Are there customers in there?
Yeah, that's why I'm kicking them out.
Well, maybe one of them. Maybe I could talk with one of them. She
Okay.
looks over at Rowan. You know, some horny asshole.
Okay, he's gonna like call his ghoul and say like, yeah, call them. Max will see you soon. Yeah, Max wants to smash you. Yeah, okay, tell that girl that. Yeah, the one that who has the yeah, that one. Okay, tell her that. Okay, see you later. Bye bye.
Right. Okay. So, I know this is crash course and stuff, but we're going to. Max is going to be talking to someone, and you are going to go up, and you're just going to drink a little. Don't worry about it. She won't feel it very much. She would actually. It feels kind of good for people, so don't sweat it. Just drink a little. You can drink food from people without killing them.
How much is a little?
Good question. I normally count to 3 or 4 in my head. 1, then 2, then 3, then 4, and then I stop. Kind of.
He just gives an exasperated sigh. I don't want to do this. This is so fucking rapey. Okay. All right.
You're going to have to. Trust me. There's a reason I'm pretty much forcing you to do it. I know it's fucked, but trust me. You don't want to be hungry.
And he kind of just opens his arms out and like kind of like how you would like display like a fancy object or like give up. Like he kind of just does that. And he's just like, okay, like I'll just like silent affirmation that he understands.
Okay. She just we'll look at Max and we'll just nod and just yeah, she will actually just stay back for the moment.
When they enter, like there's a girl, like waiting for them, and then like she'll say, "Yeah, okay, are you ready for this?"
Who?
Yeah,
Max do that?
Max
Natalia
is
will
like,
go over to her and begin to talk to her, just casually.
Oh. I guess kind of like tapping into that whole like Nosferatu thing. He kind of just like waits for Natalia to kind of be, or this girl to be engrossed with conversation with Natalia, and then kind of like just come up behind her, and just, I guess, he just chooses the side of the neck and just starts, trying, feed off of her, whatever best way he can imagine how this works.
Yeah, and you'll notice that Natalia, you can, I mean, you can feel it. You can almost see it as you bite in. Like the woman will her shoulders will drop even more than they are now, and she'll kind of relax a bit, and you'll see Natalia looking at you. She's looks as though she's calculating something, or just watching, and then at some point she will just nod very slightly at you.
Yeah, and I'm assuming the count of 3 to 4 is enough time for him to kind of like just like lay this woman down at the same time.
Yeah, because
like
you're a bit.
Yeah.
Oh, and she will just go over you. See, not so hard. Well, but one thing, the wounds, lick them. I know it sounds fucked, but Just do it.
Yeah, when he pulls his his mouth away from her neck, he kind of he licks his teeth and then looks at Natalia almost questionably, just like taking in the instruction and then just kind of like does so and runs his tongue over the wounds and watches as kind of like they just almost seem to fill back in
See,
supernaturally.
it makes it a lot easier to hide. And she kind of gets the woman up, and she's just casual conversation, as the woman is a bit like lightheaded and stuff. But okay.
So
Wow.
that was kind of strange, right?
That is
Natalia begins to follow the woman out.
that is strange is not even the word I would use to describe that. But definitely in that wheelhouse of fucked.
Yeah. Natalia comes in. You hear the door close, and she locks it. And she'll just say, "Look, um, okay, look, this is going to be like, consider yourself lucky because I'm quite certain that a lot of people who get, well, they call it embraced, but really gets killed. Um, they don't see too many days because they react just like you do and become a bit of a problem, and then they have to end it. You're alive or still around, and I know this again. This sounds weird, but you should be happy for that at least.
Trust me, I'm not.
No, I know. I'm trying to cheer you up, but I'm not doing a very good job. I know.
The last thing I wanted was any of this.
Max
And
pours him a drink.
didn't know calling the cops or anything would be a problem.
Well, think of it
And
like this: you acted, and you still act very human, and that's actually a good thing. At least I think so.
well, how long has that guy, the Baron? How long has he been like this?
I don't know.
I don't care. He seems to be a badass, and I kind of try to stay away from him as best as I can.
At least stay on his good side because he's nuts. But
I
well,
only ask that because I mean, if I'm like this now, how long will it take till I'm like that? Like any of us, like
To be like what?
that was pretty fucking animalistic. Like that, what that guy was doing, like really predatory, like inhuman, like.
yeah. Well, honestly, some humans are pretty fucking sick without any help from circumstance.
That's a good point. And
I mean, I've met a couple of fuckers who never.
Rowan will take that drink and he'll down it as soon as he can, like as quick as possible. Then it comes back up because he doesn't have eat food. So yeah, he practically like throws it back up.
Oh shit! You can't do that. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
It happens. But hey, wait! I got something that will cheer you up. And Natalia will just rummage around in her. She has like a duffel bag with her. And she will fish out a laptop computer. And she just, until you can get your old stuff back, you can have this. It's my backup. Normal computer for normal uses. It's better than nothing.
And yeah, that actually kind of brings him some kind of reintroduces some like normal his normal life to him, and he just kind of like holds his hands out, and takes it almost rather reverently, like it's some kind of piece of gold. Um, and he puts in his lap, kind of clutching it a little bit, like, and he just says, "I appreciate that. Uh, like this is obviously this whole situation and your good graces. Like I appreciate it."
Well, I mean, it's you were. I don't. Well, I mean, I'm glad. Don't get me wrong. I'm glad we could help you out, but I just installed this surveillance system not too long ago, and that's why we saw, well, the fucking, like, uh, following you had of like 20 people.
20
And they,
people.
I don't know, it was many, but I only installed it like a week ago. But with that, we were able to see them coming, so, we moved out in numbers. So, and that's, but yeah, I mean, you're welcome, I suppose.
There was only like 3 at my apartment, and now there was like 20. Oh my gosh.
Well, they were probably on standby. When, well, if we were shown to people, they would freak out and we would be in a world of fucking trouble.
Mm.
So there is this whole thing, like, fairly hefty, concerted effort, shall we say, to keep us hidden.
Yeah, if humans know about us, they will kill us all because they got, nuclear weapons. So we try
Well,
to
probably
hide as best
scary
as we
enough.
can.
Natalia, you will receive a text from the Baron that basically says that he's on break from the torturing. I admit that I forgot to tell him my rules. He basically shames himself, being like, "I'm fucking stupid." Would you mind doing that for me?
She will say, send back, of course, boss, and like an emoji of the smiley face. And she would just say, right. So, um, yeah, the whole thing with like, don't. Well, neither of us should show what we really are. So they kind of do cleanup duty. But when someone from Clan Nosferatu begins to walk down the street, that tends to send alarm bells ringing, and they probably called in a lot of their friends to contain it, so that they wouldn't have to do too much work. I'm just thinking that's the case.
Just because I look like this, I'm much more of a risk to outing us.
Not much more, honestly.
Oh.
I mean, anyone who wakes up without their, well, they call it sire, but well, the one who fucking had the nerves to do this, without them, around and just making sure that like anyone is a liability, because I mean, we can be very hungry, and when we get very hungry, well, the part that makes us, well, what we are now, it takes over. Sometimes very literally takes over your body and it will find blood. That's why I emphasize not being hungry.
Noted. I'll keep that in mind. Oh wait, can we? Do we only get sustenance from people?
Animals as well.
Oh, it's gonna be so weird. Okay.
There's a slight reaction from Natalie at that. Yeah. So
Okay.
don't show, well, our nature to anyone. Don't start war. Don't go and piss around in someone else's domain.
How do you know who has what? What does that
Well,
even mean? Like territory?
well, no, pretty much to the west of here, like the western part just outside of Brooklyn. That's one part, and then the northeastern part. That's another group, and we're slept it in the middle.
So who are
So
these?
we're pretty much grounded for now.
So we stay in Brooklyn basically.
For the moment, yes.
And who are so Brooklyn is the Anarchs? That's their domain, their territory. Am I catching on to this?
Pretty much.
Anarchs are, the dude who you just saw eating an arm leads.
Okay. Who are the other groups then? And why are we feuding with them if they're like us?
Well, honestly, we are not really shooting with them. It's kind of like this. One group says that we are all members of them. It's called a Camarilla, and it's imagine like corporate types, but just much worse, undead, and much more with you just constantly owe them, and you have to do whatever the fuck they say, and lots more rules
Okay.
and bullshit. And then you have the Sabbat, which is, well, I honestly don't know too much, but they're just, I don't know if it is all of them, but kind of a large part of them apparently just they don't see the fact that we are dead as a bad thing. They see it as a good thing and want to be as horrible fucking assholes as they can possibly be. So yeah, neither option really suitable, at least for me, for Max, or many other people. So we say, fuck the one group and fuck the other group.
I mean, Baron is not that different. He just tells us what to do.
Yeah, honestly, but yeah, it is true. But I want to help him out. I know that's a little different, but it's nice to have a choice.
Baron says that, if you want to follow the Anarchs, you gotta kind of like follow my rules. And he got like 3 rules that I didn't understand at the first, but I think it's just common sense and protecting his own shit. As you know, nobody does shit for free.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I understand that. So basically, this is his house, his rules. This Brooklyn. Yeah, I got. Roger that.
It's his shit, his rules.
Okay. Oh my gosh.
What's up?
I just don't really know what to do.
Trust me, it took I think me like, well, honestly, if I'm to be perfectly honest, I wasn't able to make any choices for myself until about a month and a half ago. I spent the last 2 years under the fucking thumb of one person. Well, a couple of people.
Hmm.
On the West Coast, telling me what to do constantly. Fucking me around.
I kind of get jumped one night and find myself by a couple dudes who doesn't exist anymore.
Both of those stories sound really fucked. I'm really sorry.
Yeah. Well, we just had more time to adjust. So
Fair enough. I guess. I just
look,
don't have to.
I know it's fucking like
insane.
Yeah. But
Let me tell you this. Now, Natalia here is kind of kind and sweet and loving, but at the same time, I like to tell
fuck
people
off.
to listen to the truth. I know what? I told you good things. Stop calling me fuck
Yeah,
off.
but don't like. It sounds like I'm. Never mind.
Deep,
I'm not always kind though, but never mind.
yeah, badass is fine. So there is a war, and there are old people who has a lot of powerful, like that Baron who can just punch people and people will die. So there are a lot of old vampires who wants their dick sucked. And we anarchs, we say, well, we kind of choose whose dick we gonna suck before we like.
Don't bother. It's all like sexual metaphors with him.
So basically, the issue now there's three guys, like three sections, who has big bad bros with the very fucking powerful powers. Says, yeah, I want to lead this city. Now we got the Baron, who's an anarch, who is kind of mad. I don't know about Cammy's and the Sabosh, but basically what's going on is power play between three people, and you are kind of at the middle of it. So there's a war going on, as much as you accept it or not. It's kind of there, and us, we kind of try to defend our territory as best as we can. I just say accept the situation and try to survive as best as you can, because sadly, if you don't accept, either you die or you just become miserable.
Real, that's real. That's legit. I understand both of you where you're coming from. I appreciate both the love and the tough love on this. It's really bringing in the scope of my reality now. So, um,
Look,
I guess just let me have this one night to kind of like whine, and then
yeah,
I will do better tomorrow. I promise. There's just yeah,
It's
a
just
lot of
too
things.
much.
Yeah, just a lot of things. A lot of things have changed. Way too many things have changed, and I just got to figure out how all that stuff's gonna.
but just before, like, since you're like as about as new as you can be, there are certain um, things with the blood. You saw those people who kind of just appeared out of nowhere.
Oh right, yes. I meant to ask about that. What the fuck was that? Yeah, how do you do that?
Well, it's something that you potentially can do at some point. You see, like some call it the curse or whatever is in the blood that makes us in general. It
Hmm.
it also has certain things, and I believe Max, correct me if I'm wrong, but like Nosferatu, they have obfuscate and they have what is it, like strength and the animal thing, right?
I literally have no idea because it's the first time I met with Nosferatu.
Really?
Yeah, never
I
met
mean,
one.
and she stops and she like that's just what I've heard or something. I mean,
Okay. Well,
so like if you just like you will be able to be quite unseen in general, I think. But well, you have to speak to some of the Nosferatu around because yeah, we're not your clans. I don't really know honestly.
I have to. I think the one guy in the truck was Nosferatu, the Humvee.
Yeah,
I'll talk to him, I guess.
but I believe that it doesn't take too much training for you to be able to walk around, as long as you don't touch anyone or like move something or begin to interact with your environment. Just walk around. People won't really see you, so you will be able to like. You don't have to like fucking hide. You can just you know walk around as you want. I'm
Okay.
just telling you because that I mean it's not as bad as you might think it is.
No, that yeah, that definitely brings some yeah, there's a lot of testing I gotta do, like trial and
Yeah,
error, I guess.
again, my knowledge is quite limited because I don't do that sort of thing.
Yeah, no, true. No, I didn't know that before, and especially if I could, and knowing now that that's a possibility, like that brings a lot of relief. So
And
yeah.
don't freak out if you like meet a cat or a dog and you understand what it's saying. Don't freak out. That might be another part of it.
Oh my gosh, this is so weird.
Yeah, trust me, it took me a month to accept the fact that I wasn't in a mental asylum. And I just couldn't see it.
Normally, as far as I understood, usually like they make you their ghoul. They taught you about the society and then they embrace you. But yeah, I don't know. That's
Yeah,
seems
that's
some people are
not how
lacking.
it worked with me either.
And that's not how that worked with me either as well.
All I know, I was supposed to meet up with somebody I met actually online that we were supposed to get together and kind of celebrate, a challenge or whatever. And he was supposed to give me my prize. And yeah, I think this is what he had in mind.
It's
That
better than some
probably
stuff
sucks.
I received in Tinder, just so you know. Like,
Well, honestly, from what I've heard, I mean, if this is something you probably did professionally or at least on such a degree that, I mean, you might have some really, really talented people that you can, talk to now on a different level. As far as I
Mm,
know, quite a few Nosferatu are, good at that sort of
mm. Well, that'll be good. Some good old bonding, I guess. You know, comrades in this weird fucking war that I have no fucking clue about. Yeah.
Honestly, just be excited that you entered an intro scene without having to having to watch somebody get eviscerated by a doorknob, or like Natalia standards and having the Baron unleash his stomach tendrils at you.
Oh,
thing. Yeah, that
that's yeah.
was,
It brings comfort.
yeah.
Great comfort. Stomach tendrils. Yeah. Um.
Yeah, but just so you know, with the laptop, it's I just normally use for shopping and stuff.
Okay.
So there's nothing like specially kitted out like my other laptop, but I might be able to hook you up. Just it would take a little while.
Yeah. Uh, I can probably work something out in a couple days.
Ah,
Uh,
okay.
it's not. I don't think that'll be a problem. Honestly, I could probably just order some things online. I think.
so you're gonna stay here?
Uh, just if I can for like a few days, so until I work
Yeah,
out some kind of arrangement, I guess. Like,
I don't fucking mind. What kind of? I don't need a rearrangement. It's okay. You can just stay here.
I meant like, I guess somewhere else. I meant arrange it somewhere else. That way, I'm not
Okay,
totally in your space. I understand about having
that's
your own space.
it's fine. It's just if you bring anybody, let me know before you do.
Cool. Yeah, I can do that. It's fair. Yeah, you want should I put a sock on the doorknob
Pardon?
if I have if I have a girl over or something like.
Yeah, yeah. Just do that.
Oh yeah, I'm just kidding. I don't know who's gonna mess with me now with this face. But anyways,
Try Alexander.
That's pretty good.
I feel like the butt of a joke. But yeah, cool.
Oh, no, it's fine. It's
It's just
hey,
me
at
being a
least
dick.
we're telling it with you present. So
Anyways, I think I just wanna kind of think for a while. That's okay.
Yeah.
Get up,
Look,
and there's a bed there. You can have fun. What you do, what you want. Yeah.
and Natalia will just find a napkin or something, and she will write an email address, and she'll just say, "Look, if you have questions or something, just shoot me a message, okay?"
And he just takes a napkin and kind of just stuffs it in his pocket, and he just gives her a strong nod.
I will
I
give
got you.
you stuff to wear as well.
Yeah, that's gonna be good. Yeah, especially if I have to go get something to eat later. God, that sounds so bad. Yeah. So clothes will be appreciated.
No problem.
But
All right, I'm going to have to go somewhere and watch this fucking stench of me. All right. Rowan, Max, I'll see you two later. Fuck, I have to get back to work as well. Ah, shit. I'll see you guys later.
take it easy, Natalia. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. And Natalia will kind of just jog or run out the door.
And Rowan will go to the bed and kind of just sit at the end of it or on the side of it and just lay the laptop beside him and just kind of almost turn kind of statuesque, like how vampires could do. Is he kind of just tries to just kind of bring everything in together, like put all the pieces of what his life is like now and all that, and just figure out what step two is and all this bullshit is. So I'm good for Rowan. Did Max want to do anything?
No, Max is just gonna do Max stuff.
All right, Max is going to do Max things, and so I believe we can end the scene there. Thank you, players, for playing. Thank you, watchers, for watching. This has been a scene for Living World of Darkness Vampire Venue.